Welcome to The Grio. I'm Eboni K Williams. We're going to start the show with the federal investigation of Sean P. Diddy Combs. Earlier this week, the feds raided his homes in Miami and Los Angeles. Dozens of Homeland Security agents swarmed his properties, and this is all reportedly linked to an ongoing sex trafficking investigation. Now, mountains of potential evidence has been confiscated. The raid comes as he's facing multiple sex assault lawsuits. The attorney for Cassie, Diddy's ex-girlfriend, who was the first to file a lawsuit and then quickly settled back in November, had this to say about the raid. Hopefully, this is the beginning of a process that will hold Mr. Combs responsible for his depraved conduct. I want to bring in friend to the show, attorney Tiffany Simmons, y'all know her as the Plug's lawyer, to weigh in on this and some other big legal headlines. Tiffany, what does it indicate to you that this wasn't an FBI investigation as we are used to seeing? This was a different federal agency. This was Homeland Security. What does that mean for you?
Well, for me, it means that it is bigger than what we may think. Homeland Security being involved in this, it leans towards possible sex trafficking in my eyes. I was very intrigued to see what they were looking for at the various homes that they did the raids at, and we will see this unfold, but it is most unfortunate for the parties involved, especially Puffy's kids who were detained on the front yard. Hopefully they don't have any involvement in these allegations, but we will see.
We certainly will. I'll tell you, Counselor, I was interested in the fact that it was Homeland Security investigating this as well. And to your point, I think it speaks to the scope that we can anticipate of this particular potential criminal enterprise, and I use those terms specifically, criminal enterprise. I think we have to remember that Homeland Security is a relatively new federal branch, right? We just got this in the wake of 9/11. So it triggers thoughts around foreign borders because it's a version of Border Patrol, right? Is there some level of terrorism? Because that's where we get Homeland Security. So there's a federal piece for sure, but the Homeland Security piece, Tiffany, tells me that this might have some foreign components, so to speak. Now, here in America, we know that we have rights where law enforcement cannot just roll up and search without probable cause. We know we have a Fourth Amendment protection against illegal searches and seizures. Talk about what you think might have been the probable cause here that afforded an effective warrant on not one, but two different properties in two different states.
Well, probable cause these days sometimes is easy to find. As I tell my clients in Simmons Law, you can be prosecuted for what you post online. There has been questionable posts that Sean P. Diddy Combs has posted with children, minor children in the videos that even I had questions about, where he said, "I'm now this child's dad." So that may have given probable cause. It may have been stemming from Cassie's now closed lawsuit. It has been a lot of smoke in the air surrounding Puffy. So when there's smoke, there might be a fire.
There might indeed. All right, Counsel, we're going to move on to another name here in Hollywood, Terrance Howard, the famed actor known for iconic roles in the Oscar-nominated film Hustle and Flow. And, of course, many remember him playing Lucius Lyon in the hit show Empire. Now, he is suing the studio behind the film and his agent, CAA, Creative Artists Agency, claiming that he was improperly paid for both of those particular famous roles. And he's saying that the residuals were dust. All these years later, is there a statute of limitations issue? Does he have a case? And is the timeliness going to be an issue with this lawsuit, Counselor?
Well, timeliness may be an issue with the lawsuit. I'm not familiar with the statute in the state that he's in. However, I thought that this lawsuit was very interesting when what he's alleging is that he was not paid as a performer for the song for Hustle and Flow, in that the song was actually written by the character DJ and not Terrance Howard. I think that this deceptive type of practices happens often in entertainment. So I commend him for wanting to get paid for what he has done as that character. It is going to be interesting to see how the case progresses, whether statute of limitation or any other statute bars him from pursuing this. But I implore actors, musicians to empower themselves, because if these companies are making royalties off your name, you need to make sure you're getting paid as well.
I completely agree. I'm such an advocate as well, Tiffany, for artists and performers to get their just due. I would say the flag issue here for Brother Howard is when you see something, you got to say something typically in real time, right? We know that CAA is already filing a motion to dismiss on their case because they're saying the statute of limitations is up. He sued Paramount, saying that he didn't get his just due from Hustle and Flow. They're also raising this thing. So I think that's the takeaway. If you are an artist, go ahead and say something when the money looks funny on the front end. Tiffany, stay with us.